Yes, yes, yes. I'm not going to adjust this mic now. It's down. It's down or up too much. I don't know. I don't like it. But if I try to do it in real time, it never works out. I always regret doing it. So I probably won't. But I might in a while. How are you? No, I don't like it. Gotta see what we can do here. Yeah, it's a little better. Still can't see my Bucky's cup, but we all know what Bucky's looks like, don't we? All he wanted for Christmas was his two front teeth. His two front teeth. He's the beaver with wonderful restrooms, I'll tell you that. Wonderful restrooms. We'll say hello to Brenda Lee. Brenda Lee Joyce. Hello, Jack and all from the Motor City. It'd be the Electric City if Kamala Harris got her way, but she never will. We're not that stupid, are we? Pam Donnelly. Hello, Jack, Karen, and friends. Welcome. I hope Karen's here, but I don't know that she is. Because she's trying to get Willie in. And Andy was going to help, so hopefully Willie will not elude capture. You let him out, then you don't want to come back in, you know? We have a little trick where we open up the cellar door and then just casually walk away with a whistle, then creep back as he goes in said cellar and shut the door behind him. Then he has to come up the stairs that lead to the living room. But you can only trick a cat so many times, is my theory. Eventually they say, what do you think? I'm going to fall for that again? I may be crazy, but I ain't stupid. Well. Elaine Blaine Peterson is here. Hi, Elaine. Welcome to you. Boy, it's all females, huh? Nancy DeMarco amongst them from the place known as Tornado Alley, Oklahoma, Tulsa. I don't know actually where exactly you are, Nancy. Brenda Sweeney is here, hopefully continuing on the mend. Hey, Jack and gang. 115 degrees with a heat index. Nancy, for goodness sakes, come on down to the Hudson Valley. My house is 80 degrees. Really? And you have AC on? Or are you like living in Milan, Italy, and there is no AC? I have the AC on, but I guess I didn't turn it up enough because it's still warm. I have a fan going too back there, but of course I'm blocking a lot of it by my room divider. Tulsa, you are living on Tulsa Time with Don Williams. Yeah, I played that song, The Sound of the Country, many moons ago. This is not sweet tea, but or unsweetened tea, but it's the it's the good brand you see in the rectangular bottle. I went for the sugar version for a change, though. Miles Wright is here. How are you, Miles? How's retirement going? Do you find yourself with enough to do? Are there many errands every day? Oh, do we have errands again tomorrow? Seems like all we do is go shopping, medical appointments, this, that, and the other, you know. Too much of that. His wife is right underneath him. We'll leave it at that. Judy Wright. They're both in Georgia. Yeah. What do they do without AC in Milan? They sweat their you know what off. Oh my gosh, I bet it gets hot. Yeah, to make it so you can't get it. The power grid can't handle it, but I think they do have it in some of the hotels and restaurants. So, that's good for them. You go there, you have to. um, I've done my share of running around for 2 weeks. It seems endless sometimes, doesn't it? Brenda Lee. I'm sorry. So sorry. Uh seem to be busier than when I worked. I've had that feeling. I thought, oh, now it'll just be no agenda and just do what you feel like and fight the recliner because it calls your name. Sometimes it wins too, especially if I'm partial to something on the telly. I did watch a little bit of the Abandoned Places today with various creators, including Adam Stringer. I'll show you his picture. All you ladies will fall in love and then realize he's as young as your grandson. So look out. Yeah, that brings us already to 33. Carolyn Mullins, who should come on, gave us a nice promo on her page. So I appreciate that. And I put in the information. So if you are here because of Carolyn Mullins, let me know. For today's dinner, we had homemade tuna salad and sub sandwich. Yes, I don't know. I'm starting to get into this no more tuna thing for me. I don't know. It's like I'm also starting to get into no more steak for me, no more hamburgers. I can't let the meatballs go yet. I can't do that. So I do like a good meatball, spiced the right way meatball, not these frozen toxic balls that come from the chemical waste plant that they sell in the frozen foods. If you think that's Swedish style meatballs, kind of because they're small, I don't like small balls. But anyway, uh, that's not a meatball. When you've had great Italian meatballs, you know, In fact, the new Michael Cohen show, I should say, on WABC Sundays at 5. Just go to WABCradio.com and you can hear Michael Cohen. I'm sure you're going to rush to do it tomorrow afternoon. His show is called When You Know, You Know. I haven't figured out yet. I've only listened to a little bit of him, what he thinks he knows. But yeah, he replaced Governor Cuomo, who had a show there. I don't know what happened to Governor Cuomo. Miss Carter. Hello, Jack and family. How are you? I always wonder where you are, Susan. I don't know why, but I know in September you usually go somewhere. Bayou Girl. Hello, Jack and family. Welcome to you. I forget where you are again, Bayou Girl. Helen McDonald is upside down in the great, what do you call it? Country? It's not a continent. It's not a Lincoln Continental. So I guess you're a country, right? Would you like to become our 51st state? We still have that open. We thought it was going to be Canada. Then we thought it was going to be Greenland. Greenland? Is that right? But we can't seem to get any takers to be our next state. Jack, my tuna salad sandwich could not be as good as the Colonial Diner, I realize. Yes, you're right. It probably couldn't be, Brenda Lee. Jack, my tuna salad made with noodles. Oh, jeez, Bren. Jeez, Bren. Why didn't you just tell me you put in some Ritz crackers, cut up green pepper, some celery, cut up onion, salt, pepper, canned peas drained, and Duke's mayo over Hellman's, over Mike's, over that ShopRite brand that I think really is Hellman's, but they put it under a different name. I don't know. I don't know if I've had Duke's. Is that John Wayne's mayo, is it? I don't know. But I don't know, Brent. I'm very particular about my tuna salad, and Karen's always want to add these special ingredients. All these special ingredients to be fancy dancy, and as I've said before, if you're going to put peas in my casserole or peas in what the heck did she give me peas in the other night? What was it? I can't remember now. They got to be the olive green peas or beans that, like in a Del Monte can. That's a totally different flavor. And that's what I want in my pea soup too, than those darker green peas, that you get in the frozen food section. Don't like them. Different flavor. Just doesn't do it for me. Karen Mullins is here. Thank you for promoting me on your page. And then I added the information so they could find us. Say, hello all. My mayonnaise always has to be Hellman's. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I agree with you. Jack, you are so funny. Oh my gosh. Not really. I haven't even warmed up yet. Louisiana Jack. Louisiana Jack. Okay, I'll call myself Louisiana Jack if that's what you want me to call myself. Am I from Baton Rouge? Should I apply rouge? My mom used to have rouge. They don't seem to have rouge anymore, do they? They call it blush, right? Blushing. I'm blushing. Judy Wright hits the thanks button for $9.99. The ask button. The ask button. I want to get my diction clear here. The ask button leads to the thanks button, and she hits it for $9.99. She's got a flying minion or something like that. A super minion. What should we call him? Thank you so much, Judy Wright, wife of Miles Wright. I appreciate that. I do. Neo is here, Kraft Mayo. It is so typical. That is, I can't say the word. It's crap. It's just crap. It's the worst mayo out there, Neo. What is wrong with you? You might as well say Miracle Whip. I put butter, and I actually do sometimes. I put butter on instead. Kraft Mayo. There's now no hope for you, Neo. I've lost all hope. We're going to have to sign you into the second floor over at Garnet. There's 2 departments on the second floor. One is the cardiac unit, okay, Neo? The other, where you're going, it's not as easy to get out of that one. Especially if you use the magic words. You know what the magic words are, Neo. Don't you? Don't you? Kitty Hewitt. I've known a Hewitt or two, I have. Didn't say it was actually a healthy thing in my past. Jimmy Swaggart is from Baton Rouge. Well, I know Elaine Peterson. I was saved through Jimmy Swaggart Ministries, and that's where Sunlight Broadcasting is. And Donnie Swaggart preaches every Sunday at Family Worship Center with a great praise band. Great praise band. There ain't no guy looking at his phone. Oh, why do I do this? He's not going to like me even more now. Learn the songs. Put it away. Sorry. I don't mean to garnish your ire. I don't. He did say something bad about me once. But still. Learn the songs, buddy. You got plenty of time to do it. The return, ladies and gentlemen, of someone who emailed me, and I'm trying to remember the email now. I got quite a few this week. Exactly what you said, but it's coming back to me. Well, hello, Jack and everyone. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I have his. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. The return of Marty Greco. Welcome him back, ladies and gentlemen, to the fold in his flannel shirt. Karen has one that is very much like that. Very much like that. Is that pink? Secure men wear pink. Yeah, very handsome chap Welcome back, Marty. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Tell us what's going on if you want to, anything you want to say. Evening, Jack just got off work. We hit it perfectly again. Jody Smith, hi. Jack loved the Dark Shadows pick. Well, I wasn't going to say anything. I was expecting someone to say, "What the heck is that? It's grossing me out. Take it down." See, when they first did the vampire, the sponsors were all over them, and the ratings weren't quite at the peak yet. So they said, "Oh, it can't be any blood. There can't be any blood. It'll be bad for our Ivory soap. People will say, I'm not going to watch this. So, and what's Ivory soap doing sponsoring this kind of stuff? No, you can't have any blood." But then the ratings climbed. They were almost canceled. Dan Curtis was about to give up. I've told this story when is one of his daughters who's going to be at the Dark Shadows convention next week. Does anybody have a private plane that could pick Karen and I up? One engine makes me scared, though. I got to have at least two engines. One engine and that's it. Down you go. No, something terrible happened around somewhere not too far from here. Karen was telling me about it. A 70-year-old pilot, private plane, whatever, mother, father, their 2-year-old daughter down. Oh, it's terrible. But Jody Smith, oh my goodness, she must have got a raise. She hit the thanks button in beautiful turquoise for $3. Thank you, Jody Smith. We're actually coming up almost a budget this month after a few months of way below, or at least below, and I'm talking about the bare minimum. But Judy and Jody are going to help us out to finish the goal. There's a car. I can see out tonight. So someone could be aiming a rifle at me right now. They're watching me. It could be Ken Winters because he lives around here. They're watching me maybe because they're parked in such a way that I think I'll move this mic just a little bit this way. If they back up, I'm going to be really worried. Huh. There they go. Bye-bye. They decided to move along. A lot of people stop in that area to check their cell phone, which is common. Teresa Pinnell is here. Good evening, Jack and all. Hi, Teresa. It's so nice to see you. Oh, it's so nice to be with you. I love all the things you say and do. So, yeah, we got Marty back because Marty, I don't have a lot of guys here. It's just you and Miles. I don't got a lot of guys, With my resemblance to Brad Pitt, I tend to pull in a lot more women. Yeah, right. Let's see. Hockey 92.7 is here. Good evening, Jack and everyone. I hope everyone had a great week. See, when you're retired, it's different. You don't know like you did when you had a work week because you're just so happy that the weekend is here. And then on Sunday, I don't know, there's a name for this. You start to get the dreads around 5, 6 o'clock Sunday. The weekend is over. The weekend is over. It's almost over. And you start to say, oh, Monday is a-coming. Monday is a-coming. I never wanted to play that game. And sometimes I didn't have in fact, I seldom had every weekend off. It was every other weekend off at my peace officer job. Radio, I was working one of the 2 days. I was working one of the two. Yeah. Nancy explains that she did have, let's see here. I lost you. Deborah McGinty, I made it to alive. That's very good, Deborah McGinty. Another one of my angels. Love ya. Jack, bless you. Hi, everyone. Hello to you. Ahem. Neo is now speaking Yiddish, and I didn't even know he could. Very good, Neo. Very good. Do you do some Yiddish puppet shows, perhaps, huh? Put beards on them? Dress them in black? Do you do that? Helen McDonald has met fellow Aussie Jackie Organ again. Very cold here. foggy this morning. So we got people that are melting in the heat, and it's cold down under. How's Tassie? About the same, I would guess. That must be code for where they live, the nickname. If my great, yeah, see, this is the big thing, Nancy. I would love to move somewhere else, but my family is here. Somebody, I guess it was Sean Hannity, Friday on his radio show, was talking about that. All the years he wanted to move to Florida, and he did have to think about his kids and what have you. They're grown now, um, but he ran out of excuses not to leave the Empire State. I'll tell you, millionaires are leaving, billionaires are definitely leaving, and regular people too, because you're going to start hearing things about an exit tax, which should be totally illegal, overruled by the Supreme Court. They were trying that in California, right? It didn't work, right? They don't have an exit tax yet for all the people that have left under Governor Newsom. I don't think so. I don't think so. Um, Let's see here. Very good, Elaine. Very good. I'll try to sing tunes that you would know. I'll hold back on the Lou Reed tonight. Do you know Lou Reed, Marty Greco? That is true. It is still 92, Marty. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we've had those moments, and we've had cool nights. This ain't one of them. But we have had cool nights this week. I saw one of the little feral cats that we feed every night. I saw one of them with a little sweater on. I said, "What are you, a poodle now? Trying to be a poodle or one of those hoity-toity Beverly Hills dogs, you know?" Oh, 100s, kitty. Where are you again? What part of the globe are you in? Jack, hopefully this time next year, I sell my home, move to good old Tennessee. It's called 10 Mile, Tennessee. It is. All right. And I don't know if Todd Bradshaw is in 10 Mile part of Tennessee. What about you, Mary Goldman? What's BR? Like brr? You need one more R if it is. Tennessee, it's a great place, but they do get violent weather, and it does get hot, but it's Americana. I tell you, it's Americana. I've only spent limited time there. Never been to Memphis. Well, I was on a bus through Memphis, but never been to Graceland. I would like to change that. I'd like to go to the Elvis Presley Hotel. The hotel, I would. So let's see here. I think I've said hello to everybody. Let me check emails. I want to tell you, I want to do some content. Oh my goodness, we've got 3 on the Cash App already. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know that I got a message about the blog, and I got to find that at bobjoycemusic.com. It could be involved with a whole bunch of other messages, and that ain't the one. Let me try it this way. Finding what I want to find. I got an email on the new Pastor Bob Joyce blog. How would I bring that up? It's still here, but me finding it is the challenge of the moment. Let me see if I do it this way. Probably not. I got 2 ways to do this. This is probably it. When was this sent to me? Yes, yes, yes. BobJoyceMusic.com. Make sure you go to it, subscribe. Now available for members, a new blog from Pastor Bob. And here's the current one. There are seasons in life when the weight feels heavier than we expected. Disappointments come, prayers seem unanswered, and it's easy to wonder where God is in the middle of it all. This week, Pastor Bob, who now writes for BobJoyceMusic.com, this week, Pastor Bob shares a simple but thoughtful biblical reminder for anyone walking through a difficult season. If you need hope, encouragement, or a reason to keep trusting the Lord, this message is for you. No matter what you're facing today, don't lose heart. God is faithful and he is still at work. Go to BobJoyceMusic.com. BobJoyceMusic.com. And for $9.99 a month, you can get exclusive content, exclusive merch, and exclusive content. Okay, and you can cancel at any time. Monthly, it's $9.99 a month. So there you go. Thank you. We heard from some of you this week. Tina's talking about the Central Arkansas Library System. Well, I know that Nick was definitely, there's no K in Nick. Okay, you got to be hip and get it right, Tina. He never uses K. It's N-I-C, Cage, Nick Cage, or Academy Award winner Nicolas Cage. That'll work too. Yeah, we know. Pretty much know. Let's see here. Best pancakes at the worst restaurant is the article. That's funny. Is that a picture of it? It looks familiar, that logo. It's a chain, isn't it? All right. Nicolas Cage was in Little Rock last month. I learned this from a recent source piece in AY Magazine, noting that filming for the movie Best Pancakes in the County, starring Cage, was starting to wrap up. Apparently, the action movie has exactly one setting. Not true. They also filmed at Sabrina Joyce's house, a small town diner, and takes place over the course of one night rather than the odd bottle episode of a television show. It didn't take long to find out where filming was happening. The EOA media editor, Star Car. Oh, what a fancy name that is, Star Car. I know. It's like Engelbert Humperdinck. You came up with something they won't forget. I get it. Located on a Reddit thread about a movie being made in Pinnacle Valley and an email to a friend in the media, they all confirmed it. I pulled up to the location was hit with a powerful memory. You see, the building where this movie was being filmed was the former location of Pinnacle Valley Restaurant. Former location. Years ago, my wife and I would occasionally cycle out around Two Rivers Park, site of the former County Penal Farm. Penal? Or hike Pinnacle Mountain or nearby trails. This is too much information at this point. And we ended up on our excursion pretty hungry after it. Sure, there was always the option of packing up the bicycles and driving somewhere for lunch, but how nice would it be to cycle up to a restaurant for a spell? So when we saw coming soon, a coming soon sign for Pinnacle Valley Restaurant, we were elated. The elation did not survive even one morning. The waitress took our late breakfast order and then disappeared for about 45 minutes, not even checking to refill our coffee. We were bordering upon ravenous when our meal finally arrived, but even when I was not hungry enough for what was laid before me, "Excuse me," I asked the waitress when she circled back, "but I ordered a ham and cheese omelet. Why do I have two omelets?" So it goes on and on and on there. They did not like the restaurant, but apparently it was closed again and perfect to film a movie in starring Nicolas Cage. It's not the only location in the movie. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. But it's the main location. Let's see who we can find in the movie at this former restaurant that Star Carr or whoever she talked to didn't like. So sure, he was definitely there, and he definitely filmed a scene at Sabrina Joyce's house. Yes, watch our new video. That's another story. I won't get to that quite yet. So thank you, Katina. Should be out probably in the fall, I would imagine. Something like that. I'm definitely seeing that one. Some movies I say I'm going to see, and then I wait till they end up on Prime Video or I never see them at all. That happens a lot too. But that will not get past me. Jimmy Sturr will be at Florida Fun Fest. No, in the village of Florida, New York. That'll be August the 9th. I think that's a Sunday. Check it out. August the 9th, Florida Fun Fest, 1 to 3 p.m. on the main stage. We will be there with Polka Sean and Polka Norma. Yeah. Heard from Miss Brown and Marty. Talked to Marty. Marty's been going through some things. I won't certainly tell his story from him, some family issues, and I hope everything is getting better. And you gave me a video. Yeah, everybody seems to have a video of the Franklin concert. All right. Just go back real quick here. Oh my goodness, Hockey 92 hits the thanks button for $19.99 in beautiful orange. Wow, you guys are amazing, you know. I was kind of down in the dumps last month and saying, well, should I switch days? What should I do? People seem to like Wednesday and Saturday, though. They do, and they're encouraging me, and I appreciate that. Oh, very encouraging is not strong enough of a word for my angels, because you keep it going. You keep it going. You keep the lights on. And I'm starting to think, I got to rectify, which has nothing to do with a colonoscopy. I've got to rectify not meeting Miss Willina and looks like going to Household of Faith. I've got to rectify that as soon as the temperature is not 107, I know Matt's going to be doing these fall concerts, and I would love to go. I don't want to wait forever, though, and I might be able to dovetail the trip and go to Texas. So, thank you, Hockey 92. Sandra Fair joins us as well in beautiful taxi cab yellow, hitting the. Was trying to see what's going on with what you mentioned was an issue. So far, I haven't found a way. I'll keep working on that. Sandra hits the thanks button for $10. For $10. Jody for $1. Jody for $1.25. Jody Smith. And Jody for $3. If I had math ability, I could tell how much that adds up to. Thank you so much, all of you, and you too, Judy Wright, at $9.99 on the thanks button. I appreciate that. Look at that. I like that $1.25. If everybody gave $1.25, if everybody, including you replay people, because you're the biggest part of the audience. Hello, replay crowd. Please hit the thanks button on any of the videos. It all goes into the same pot, and I'll be giving my Cash App in a little while. But that's just what we do to pay the bills and do some road trips, I'd still like to get a better camera for video, better, phone camera. If anybody has a old, has an old, doesn't have to be an Apple, but if they have a better camera than I have on my $140 Android phone, because I know some Android cameras are good, but you didn't pay $140 for your phone like I did. You paid more, and now it's in the drawer and you're not using it anymore. Let me know. Let me know. Teresa Pennell, sing happy birthday to me. Tomorrow is my day. She's going to be 30. Oh, that's a big one. That's a marker there, Teresa Pennell, from home of the Memphis Mafia kid, Danny Smith, and his wife, Teresa. Happy birthday to you. Join with me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Teresa, Queen of Crafts. Happy birthday to you, and many, many more. Sincerely. Wonderful. She is a big, big enthusiast of Household of Faith and the pastor who preaches there and everybody who goes there. Most of them, anyway. Wow. Wow. Groovy, but in a far out kind of way, I would say. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see here. I've got some speakers to play for you. Just a quick excerpt. Some great speakers to get you to encourage. Trying to encourage you to listen to them. And one of them is Pastor Bob Joyce. If you've heard of him, he'll be coming up. Let's do Robert's active retirement right now. His latest video, released just a few days ago, Knowing My Time is Limited Changed My Life. Here's Robert off of YouTube, one of the big speakers, gifted speaker. He's in the retirement community down there in Georgia. He's just turned 78 years old. He's full of vim and vigor, though. He's had his challenges like we all do. And this is Knowing My Time is Limited, Change How I Live. Just a quick excerpt, fair use excerpt, in case you want to check it out here on YouTube.
Last year, I did a video called the 10 Harsh Realities of Being a 77-year-old. It was actually one of my first videos. And a year later, I want to do an update on each one of those harsh realities, because a lot of those harsh realities have been a little more clearer to me a year later at 78 rather than 77. So I'm going to take one at a time. I'm going to start with the first one, which was time is limited, time is precious. And that's become more real to me in this last year. And let's discuss that. This is going to be a positive video, so stick with me to the end, and let's get started.
He hasn't opened. I've got to get it open.
Saving money feels right, just like when things are packed tidy and tight.
Right to a commercial, huh? But I can already skip it.
Okay, I want to talk about life and death today. This is not going to be a negative video, so hang in there with me. We're going to focus more on life and death. But I wanted to say this last year, this year, I should say, this calendar year, it's June now, and for the first 6 months, I've had 4 or 5 people I know to pass away. And there 2 were my age. When I say my age, literally my age. I mean, one was 3 days older than me, and one was 1 month younger than me. And two of the others were like 82. So everyone was a shock. These are not feeble people. This is an active adult community. People here are active. They walk, they play games, they travel. I mean, these are some of the best retirees, most successful retirees around. when I say successful, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about being active and being engaged with life and enjoying retirement, that sort of thing. So don't feel like these are feeble people. I mean, I just talked to two of these a few days before, or a few weeks before they died. One was a complete shock. A friend, he's a friend of mine, and he was our bocce captain for a long time and a bocce player. And I just talked to him and his wife down at the clubhouse 2 months ago. And he was kind of quiet. And I said, you've lost some weight. Well, he got a terminal diagnosis of cancer of the pancreas. And he withdrew and wanted to not tell anybody. And so when we got the email saying he had passed away, it was like very, very shocking, that's for sure. So I'm not going to tell you about each one of those. We're not going to focus on death, but I'm just saying last year when I did my video, remember, I focused on the actuarial tables and, I talked about how long you're expected to live. Well, this year, I don't have to rely on any tables. I can tell you firsthand, friends, it's affecting friends. It's become real for me. And, so that's one big change is I don't have to look at any tables or any estimates of lifespan. Two at 77 and two at 82, people I know, two were friends. One was an acquaintance. The other one, this just goes to show you, this guy was very good condition. I mean, I think I'm in pretty good condition. This guy played softball. He was a manager. I saw him at the gym. We have a great gym here. He was running or walking up the treadmill on the top incline. If you ever did a gym, a treadmill, they go up and down like that, and it's really steep. He was going like full speed ahead there. There comes the sun, and in great shape. Now, he died of ALS. The other three died of a cancer. So,
Wow, ALS, that's brutal. So the video is Knowing My Time is Limited Changed My Life, and the channel on YouTube is Robert's Active Retirement. He's a pleasant looking man to look at. You can tell that he's got a lot of wisdom from his years. He was a business executive, did very well for himself, and now lives in a nice retirement. And like four of the people that have been in his house in the last year, I guess it's a condo, really nice, got all the amenities. They're gone. They're gone. That's how it goes. So check that out. Zoo Crew asking how Neo's puppets are. Wishing you a very happy birthday, Teresa Panel. Exactly. Well, Neo, I think I can't do anything about that. I understand. You're going to have to get premium, and it won't happen. But I don't see you as a money spender. You know what I mean? Let's see here. It's so hot and humid. What? Jackie, it's so hot and humid and storms every day. Some snow might be nice. Well, give me a week or two of that, then spring, and I'll be okay with it. You can give me the snow on like the 18th of December. No more snow until after people were done with their traveling. Then maybe a few more days of snow. And then at least by mid-January, I want spring to start to blossom. That would be good. That would be good. Please sign in. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell. I would appreciate that very much. Hitting the subscribe button, more people can see the channel, find the channel, know that it exists. So, let me put my Cash App handle in. I'll tell you when it's bad, and I'll tell you when it's been considerably better. And what a relief that is for me. It takes away the stress. We're on the upswing right now, and that is an incredible encouragement to me, even if it's $2. I can't stress that enough. Don't be shy. That's cool. Cash App handle, lowercase letters, Media Guy 56. Replay crowd, this is for you too, hopefully. Maybe you've been watching me for years, Media Guy 56 is my Cash App handle. There it is. Elaine Blaine is talking about clothes. Yes, you do. You're one of my angels, Elaine Peterson. Yes, you are. You're one of my angels. Thank you so much, Elaine Peterson. Haven't checked the Cash App yet, but I will soon. Oh, sorry, it's Nephew. One of those names that could be either way. Either way. Sucru, puppets are good. They are doing better than me. Yeah. They're doing better. They're eating better and everything, those puppets. Let's see here. I'm just looking back to make sure we didn't miss anything. There's 65 watching right now, and here comes lovely Rita Maid. Hi, Jack and everyone. Hello, Rita. So good to have you aboard. Very, very nice indeed. We'll hear a little bit from Pastor Bob tonight, a little bit from Bald and Broke, and see what other kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. Did I bring up my channel page? Let me do that. We released a video about 2 o'clock East Coast time this afternoon, and I'm pleased to say, in terms of what we do, it's doing well. It's doing well. Pre-recorded videos, pretty quick if they're going to do well or not. By the way, I see Robert has another video called Would You Remarry? Would You Remarry? You can find that video at Robert's Active Retirement. So let's click on our channel page. The video we're doing, Bob Joyce, your favorite moments. Yes, what are they? What are your favorite Bob Joyce moments? I know Teresa would have a slew of them because she goes to Household of Faith, but you don't have to go there to have favorite moments. You don't have to go there to have favorite moments. Let's see. It says we've got 66 watching, which is about right. So let us know if you're one of them and you haven't signed in. Please subscribe. Pranked by a Bob Joyce Inner Circle poser. That's talking about that posting in the thread from a Randall with one L, Cheney. We'll talk about that a little bit more in just a second. Let's see, Bob Joyce Story Explosion, Part 1. I released that this afternoon at 2 o'clock, and it's doing well. More than the number you'll see on the screen right now indicates. It takes a while to catch up. And no, Neil, I'm not talking about Hunt's ketchup over Heinz, which you probably would like. 5 more subscribers from that video. That's always nice to see. 108 people have watched it in the last hour, and we're up to 1,331 views. That's pretty good for me, 1,331 views now. That indicates multiple thousands of views for this one is coming. And I'm very happy about that. And this is just part one of the series. Well, so pranked by a Bob Joyce inner circle poser. It's an apology I made to Randall Cheney, Randall with two L's, who actually goes to Household of Faith. Uh, and there was a posting from a Randall with one L, but he didn't have 889 subscribers. This I should have noticed. And he had one subscriber where, yeah, I said Randall with two L's has 889, and he has, lots of videos up, maybe 89, something like that. Lots of postings up on his channel. So I'm talking about Facebook, not YouTube. And so he said some things that didn't seem like a friend of Pastor Bob would say. And, I assumed I did my due diligence. I went to his Facebook page. It looked like the same guy who was in the photo that posted on my thread, and I'll tell you which video it is. I don't know if it's still up because he has, I think, the ability to take it down. But it looked like the same guy, only, as I say, he had one subscriber and no content on his page. He indicated that Bob is not Elvis, and there are imitators that could blow him away. I thought, and you're a friend of the family, but it was one L, and the possibility is that it's not the same person. It's two different people, and you never know 100% sure. I looked at, first of all, I messaged the real one for sure, the real Randall Cheney on Facebook, but did not get an answer. I did that right away. Then I messaged someone in the inner circle for comment. They did not think that sounded like Randall. I looked at Randall's material, his stuff on Facebook. He's got some fringe ideas for sure. But that doesn't make him the person who wrote on my thread, So I'd rather err. I still don't know why it's not error. I'd rather err on the side of caution. And so my apology to Randall with two L's. Randall Cheney stands for what I said in my video. Now let's see here. You'll find this story on Bob Joyce Backlash, First Franklin Concert. I think that's where the comments are. That's got 2,500 plus views. Then I followed up with it. Bob Joyce, more clown spout nonsense. That may have been the first one. That may be where you see the comments. I'm remembering now. Bob Joyce, more clown spout nonsense. Watch that one, okay? The two videos that go together talking about this topic and other things. Because I was talking about a new creator that I thought was spouting nonsense, someone I had never seen before. Okay. That's got 1,600 views. Bob Joyce, more clowns spout nonsense. I would love you to watch Unexpected Fear turning 70. I want to be the next bald and broke guy, for goodness sakes. It's hard to maintain, as he's finding, because you have to keep coming up with new stuff, new angles. And when you do a bunch of great videos, they expect you to keep surprising them. And that is tough as a YouTube creator, and there's a lot of other people doing stuff. Unexpected Fear turning 70. I'm pretty honest in that video, but it's only got 252 views, so please watch Unexpected Fear turning 70. Bob Joyce on Hold, that talks about not going to Franklin, Tennessee. 1,300 views there. Matt Joyce tells me, yes, I expected this to go through the roof, and it didn't, but it's well over 1,000 now. Matt Joyce tells me about exciting new Bob Joyce plans in 2026. Definitely worth watching. Over 1,000 views. Please give it a watch. Exclusive info, Bob Joyce Echoes of Grace. Bob Joyce Echoes of Grace is the new Matt Joyce Facebook page. It's also on Instagram, I believe, TikTok, probably. It's only got $5.99. Go give that a watch. Death announced. This deals with a death in the family of the Memphis Mafia kid. We also say happy 80th birthday to President Trump, and we talk about Tucker Jive, another person who has, decided to destroy their reputation. It's fine to talk about Gaza and say that it was too heavy-handed. You disagree with this, and you disagree with that. But if you disavow everything you stood for just months ago, people start to see you as a ding-a-ling. You become just another one of those YouTube. You've got the TCN network, one of those TikTok conspiracy guys. You've got an audience still, but it's now full of people that you probably wouldn't have wanted on your subscription list to begin with, and you have turned off 81 million people who love President Trump. When you could have approached it a whole different way, Trump would have probably still been annoyed at some of the things you were saying, but he wouldn't have disavowed you like he did, And when he does, 81 million people say, well, I guess Tucker, I'm not going to watch him anymore. Stupid. Just another one of those now with Candace and the rest. I won't put Dan Bongino in there. He's a good speaker. But it would have been much better if you had stayed on a broadcast station where you have some restraints. You went from beloved to people just disappointed in you, Tucker Carlson. They're just disappointed in you. So what else? Is that Michael Jackson in Brazil? 8,200 views. It went past 8,000. 8,200 views. So just for fun entertainment video. One person who, I don't know how long they watched me. Oh, I'm so disappointed in you, Jack, doing this. Don't you know when something is entertainment? And I was just one person. It wasn't my story. I was just doing the story, commenting on it. And I got ostracized. And I'm not even an ostrich. My neck is not that long. It's longer than Ed Sullivan's was, though. Oh, dear. Megyn Kelly loses her way like Tucker. That video was not one of my hottest. Elvis at 91, the Bob Joyce story, 7,700 views. Bob Joyce caught in a trap, must see, 7,600 views. All here at the virtual church of the disillusioned. Here's a big one. Why Bob Joyce may be forced to say he is Elvis in 2026. Just speak of possibilities. I could be wrong about the whole thing. 10,000 views for that one. 10,000 views. The Riley Keough / Ben Travolta bombshell. Why is this in court? That goes back 7 months, 1,200 views. The lovely Alexandra Mulkey is the thumbnail in this video that I don't even remember what it's about, but she certainly lightens up the screen. Who played Victoria Winters on Dark Shadows. And shocking statement, this goes back to Coleman, Alabama, from a reporter that attended the concert. Shocking statement, Bob Joyce concert attendee, who was a reporter covering the concert, says the quiet part out loud. That's got 6,400 views, it does. So that was a wiener. So there you go. And back we are to the live stream. He is once a month. He pays for like 49 people for breakfast. He started our widows group. I wonder what we're talking about here. Stay away from Widow's Hill, Rita. Don't go anywhere near Widow's Hill. Nothing good ever comes of it. Hi, Steven Spielich. I want to know what's going on in the life of Steven Spielich. I assume you're retired. Am I right? Am I right? We don't have enough guys, so I'm glad you're here, Steven Spielich. Talk to me. Nancy Kurtenick. Nick Cage. There's no K there, Nancy. It's not hip to put a K in a name where he doesn't. He's NIC. Nicolas Cage, Academy Award-winning actor, loved Elvis. So Lisa Marie told her husband, this could be an explanation coming here, told her husband, Cage at the time, the Presley secret during the 3 months they were married, and allowed Cage to go upstairs at Graceland. I did hear he went upstairs at Graceland, Nancy. How did you find out the other part? How did you find out that he was told the secret and all this? I know he knows the secret. I know he knows, but where are you getting this from? I'm kind of curious. You can email me at jackthefairguy@gmail.com. Hey, we could do maybe a whole video. Jack the Fair Guy, FAIR, was looking for content. jackthefairguy@gmail.com. Fair, like you're going to the carnival. Carnival's in town. The Orange County Fair's in town. Guess what happened last night at the Orange County Fair? Could have been more horrific than it was, but it was pretty horrific. You see, since PETA told the United States you can no longer have any kind of animal at the fair to perform or anything like that, and we didn't tell PETA to go screw themselves like we should have done, we didn't do that. We said, okay, you got some points about the way they are treated? Absolutely. That all needs to be corrected, and you can come supervise it. Yes, those animals have to be treated perfectly. Make sure they get their water, comfortable place to sleep. Don't work them to death in the hot sun. I get it all. I agree with it all. Ethical treatment of animals. But of course, PETA, being the left-wing nut jobs they are, made it so kids can no longer go to a circus and see animals. And that makes me mad. So now you got to have just entertainers and stuff like that. And I like them too. So there's some kind of show where there's going to be a guy with a bow and arrow, and she's going to stand somewhere. I think this is what happened. She's going to stand somewhere, and he's going to, you've seen this done with hatchets and everything. She's going to stand somewhere like this, probably, and he's going to shoot, but he's not going to hit her. He hit her right in the neck. Right in the neck. Next thing you know, there's a chopper flying into the Orange County Fair Speedway. They took her to the hospital, and she's okay. She's okay. I don't know if they had to do surgery or what, but she is okay. Sometimes the story doesn't end terribly. I wonder if that's going to be on. I'd kind of like to go down to the fairgrounds. I know it's not what it used to be when I was a kid, but I'd like to go down once and see what's going on down there. But it'll be some Megadeth tribute or something going on. Jack, people like can't, or people that really don't want the truth to ever come out. Yes, that's true. There are people that don't want the truth to come out. They're either protectors, or they just, they feel that they feel that nothing good would come from it. And I say 2026 could be the year. I still say that. Things are happening pretty fast. I think we're breaking some speed laws with things happening. And what about the documentary that's coming out? I wish I could get more information on that. Linda McClelland is here. Hi, Linda. Welcome to Worldwide Ramblings. I don't think I remember your name. Have I ever known a McClelland? Now, Sir Ian McKellen, but not McClelland. But I think I've known a McClelland. I don't know if there's anybody on the screen with that name. Watching from Huntington, West Virginia, not Huntington, Long Island. Oh, okay. We have a few West Virginia people here. Is my other West Virginia person here? I and my clown wife, that was my second ex-wife, did a fair in West Virginia years ago, not too far from I-95. That's all I can remember. I don't know the name of it. It was probably named after the county, you know. Uh, I will be 85 years old tomorrow. You don't look a day over 62. My goodness, Linda, congratulations. See, women live longer. You still got 15 years to go. Huh. Very good. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday and welcome. Happy birthday, Linda McClelland, to you. And very many more. In good health, too. Gotta have your health. How is your health? Have a pineapple whipped cream cake on me. That's my birthday cake. It's a little late to make one or get the bakery to make one, though. Miles Wright I always want to say Detective Miles Wright. Maybe you should consider opening up an agency. I've got a job for you in Benton, Miles. Have some costumes, have some disguises. You might want to sometimes dress as a shrubbery bush and just inch along to certain conversations. You know what I mean? I love cool old things, don't we all? But they have to be cool. Not everything that is old is cool. That's absolutely true. When I watch the abandoned places on YouTube with Ranger Rick TV, that's a good one. Ranger Rick is cool. Also, Josh, watch the one where he's getting on the boat that's out there in the water that used to be a fancy dancy resort. Risked his life for that and got almost 2 million views. But then I told you about this Rivera woman who's the only female that I know that's doing this exploring, has a couple of guys with her. They go into malls that are closed and stuff. Oh, we got to race in here before we get caught and whatever. And she gets millions and millions of views because as she's running, okay, you get the point. 18 million subscribers. She's filthy rich for going into an abandoned mall. And these guys are doing probably much better work. And they're not cracking 1 million unless it's really, really something cool, you know? They're all doing okay, though, because they go to Ireland, they go to Thailand and places like that. But they're working their butts off. They're working their butts off in some much more dangerous stuff than going into an abandoned mall. Having said that, you never know who you're going to find in these abandoned buildings. But I know you like good-looking guys, Elaine. So I'll show you Adam Slinger from Slinger Media, and his best friend has a channel too. Enrique, I think, is his name, and he could be they could both be in a boy band. They could be in a boy band, you know. In fact, I've got a picture of him too. Let's see. Yeah, here's Adam Slinger, and his comrade, who also has his own channel too, is up top. One of the stars of YouTube doing the abandoned places. Here they are in an abandoned mansion. You can subscribe to Stringer Media right here on YouTube. I enjoy the videos very, very much. Sometimes they're in old places. He goes to Ireland. He goes to Thailand. He goes to other places like that. And very, very good work. Very good work. He makes it like a production of a movie. These guys are so good. And his best mate there, who you see in the background, is Enrique, who has his own channel. Trying to think of the title. And that's his best mate. Enrique. And they do very well between them. They both do have great views. I think Enrique has 140,000 subscribers. Stringer has more. And I love those videos. I just do. So, hi, Nancy, and in memoriam, Terry Whitmore. Welcome to you. Nice to see you. What's going on, Nancy? Is it hot where you are? What's going on with Stephen Spielich? Did he say anything? Carolyn Mullins is speaking to Elaine. I need to be a breakfast crasher, yes. At the Waffle House? They can't seat that many, can they? I'll tell you, for lunch or dinner, when I talk about that flaming grill, I've never been in there when they didn't have a seat, and they got about 300 seats. But I have been in there where they were like 85% full, like on a Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. Oh, I heard once that their overall yearly take of the restaurant is 7 million. I'm sure it's more than that now. But you think about the overhead, think about the overhead, just the food alone, the female staff, well, they pay them 25 cents an hour, but they get tips. I don't know what they pay them. It is kind of him to do this for the widows. From Widow's Hill, they moan in the darkness of night. Jack, I am a Heinz gal, of course, right? Oh, the A1, huh? So you like it on your steak. I've never had it in my life. I don't think so. Maybe once, but it's so long ago I've completely forgot. I just like mushrooms and onions on my steak from Texas Roadhouse. My always sirloin. I'm a sirloin kind of guy. Doesn't mean I wouldn't eat something else like a ribeye, but I definitely usually go for the sirloin 100% of the time. I'm just a creature of habit. I'm a Heinz ketchup A1 57 chili sauce. Lee and Perrin's Worcestershire sauce. That's the magic ingredient in the Coney Island hot dog sauce. But alas, Coney Island has finally left the building. After being here since I was a little lad, the current owners closed it down. It's in a popular location. Someone else will take it. I wonder what they will serve. If they don't have a Coney Island hot dog, they're not thinking, but you got to know the recipe. And supposedly Worcestershire was one of those ingredients. I always get an itchy nose. I must have company coming. Oh, it's Elaine Blaine. Stephen Spielich, I'm not retired. You think all your audience are old, Jack, but I'm not. I'm still working for the man. You make me think of that Lou Reed song. Oh, I wish I could just play that song now. Let's see, what tabs can I close here? Because I got too much open. I guess I could close the virtual church tab because we've looked at our videos. We can close Robert's active retirement because we played that. We still got to get to Bald and Broke and Pastor Bob Joyce. Oh, it's Waiting for the Man, and it's a drug song, so forget the whole thing. No, I know what song you need, Stephen Spielich. What the heck is the exact title? Can only do a few because, copyright issues. I don't want to get anybody mad at me. The genius. Who wrote this? Bill Gibson wrote this. John Hayes. And Huey Lewis. And a bunch of other people. Collaborated? Can't say the word. Collaborated on this song. Some days won't ever end. Won't end ever. And some days pass on. I'll be working here forever, at least until I die. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'm supposed to get a raise. You know damn well I won't. Working for a living, working for a living. I'm taking what they're giving because I'm working for a living. That's the Huey Lewis song. It's a lot better when you hear the record than me trying to recite the lyrics. But you reminded me of those songs. When I went to Tupelo, Elvis Presley's restaurant was fabulous. I didn't know there was one. Nick had a big part, so they told us he always has been Elvis crazy, worse than us ladies. Huh. If you haven't seen the live concert of Elvis Joyce on YouTube, you're missing out. Anyone that watches will know for sure then. The one from Franklin, Tennessee, which really, as I've said before, I wish they would have not let anybody film it, because it takes away from Pastor Bob Joyce, because it's everywhere, and I was hoping that wouldn't happen. I love Pastor Bob's song, "You Are My King." It's not coming to mind right now. It's not coming to mind how that goes. I don't think I sung that in church. I sang King of Kings, Lord of Lords, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Certainly sang that one. Right now, there's 56 watching and 45 likes. Let's go to the email, okay, and see what we got here. Oh, dear. Looking at the Cash App. Tammy Griffin hits the Cash App. She's actually did this before the show. She often does that. She surprises me. I love those kind of surprises. Tammy Griffin hit the Cash App for $25. I hate that I can't make lives anymore. Well, then tell us what your time period is. I'll email you, and we'll try to do a live in your time period along with this, okay? Because we do miss people that just can't make 9 p.m. on Wednesday or Saturday night, East Coast time, United States of America. Oh, our fridge went on the fritz. There's a new one coming tomorrow, courtesy of Andy, from Lowe's. He bought it on Lowe's, and it will be delivered sometime around 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Meantime, we're using Brad's refrigerator. The freezer is still working. The fridge is not. So we lost a few things there. So Tammy Griffin hits the thanks button for the Cash App for $25. And we're going to have to find out when she would like to hear a live, so we can do one then, because she's one of my angels, no doubt about it. Elaine Peterson, the ever faithful Elaine Peterson, $10 for a love tip, of course, with a heart and lips. Heart and lips. Ms. Susan Carter for "Have a Great Week." Well, you're helping me to do it, Miss Susan Carter. Thank you very, very much. $20 on the Cash App. Appreciate that. And look at this, the wife on the thanks button and the husband on the Cash App. Miles Wright for "Whatever You Need." A kick in the head. Let's see. Who will kick me in the head? I don't want it to be Gene Ho. He's vicious, He's vicious with the martial arts, but he's not Bruce Lee or related as such. Do I really have to say this? Miles Wright, $20 on the Cash App. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Tremendous encouragement to me, all of you guys. And the Cash App handle is lowercase letters Media Guy 56 for you replay people. Hello, I see you right there. Media Guy 56. Thank you, and thank you again. And let's see here. We'll have Pastor Bob Joyce in just a little bit. If I miss your comment, it's not intentional. Carolyn is talking about something yummy, yummy, yummy. I got love in my tummy. She says, when I fix my ribeyes, Mr. Neo Neon, always in my cast iron, yeah, and fix in my oven, I rub them in olive oil, kosher salt, fresh ground black pepper, and garlic powder. Sounds delicious. I always put some Worcestershire in the skillet. Yummy. Does sound good. Jack, that happens to areas we had a thing replaced. It works great. Saved us some money. Oh, the refrigerator you're talking about? Yeah. Well, we got a new refrigerator coming tomorrow. I don't have to be here for it, but it's coming. They bring it in and they take the old one and they charge you like $60 to take the old one out, maybe even more. I use meat tenderizer, says Neo. Well, that's very 70s of you. Onion, garlic, and lemon pepper on steak, and some beef tallow. I don't know. Did you see President Trump at the? I can't believe it. They actually had the correspondence dinner, and he was talking about the tender beef that everybody enjoyed tonight. I'm sure not everybody enjoyed it, but they had delicious beef dish. And he says, Bobby Kennedy is here tonight, and he personally ran over the cow with his car. He says, but I said no to his roadkill raccoon dish. I said to Cheryl, star of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and now Larry David won't even speak to her because, oh, how dare us, Trump. Anybody likes Trump, he don't want you. So don't watch Larry David anymore. Not that he's going to be doing that much because he's done with Curb, which was an excellent show, and I would never take away from that. What else? So that sounds good. I think we have got the comments here. So while you're talking, let's hear from Bald and Broke. Don't know his name. He's Secret Agent Man or Secret Asian Man. If you listen closely, I know he said that Johnny Rivers at least once. So the video is, I watch men lose their independence after 60. Here's what they all ignored.
I spend my days working with people in their 80s and 90s. And the one thing that scares them more than loneliness, more than sickness, more than death itself is losing independence. I hear it all the time. I don't care if I'm alone, just don't put me in a home. And here's what I've learned from watching men go from fully in control at 60 to completely dependent at 85. It almost never starts with a big crash. It starts with a few quiet things that they ignored while they still had time to fix them. Today, I want to share with you what those things are, so you don't end up trapped in a life you no longer control. Over the past 15 years, I've worked in nursing homes, hospitals, home care. I've done it all with seniors. And what I've seen as people slowly start losing their independence is that it doesn't happen overnight. Typically, it can, but usually not. Usually it's a slow, gradual decline that happens over many years. It's not always a nursing home immediately. Sometimes there's a fall, usually in the home, and that fall results in someone going to the hospital. If you're over 60 and you're hospitalized for whatever reason, but especially for something like a fall, you never really come out the same. From my own experiences and what I've seen, you never come out the way you went in. You have a new baseline. It's not always a nursing home overnight. First, we lose the car keys. Then we lose the checkbook. Then we forget to take our medications. And now someone else is making decisions for us. The look I see when a man realizes that now it's someone else who's deciding his schedule, his meals, when he takes his medication, his visitors. It's terrifying.
That's the Bald and Broke, man. That video's hot right now. It's a hot video. Well over 4,400 views right now, and he just put it up 13 hours ago. I watch men lose their independence after 60. Here's what they all ignored. You can watch that video right here on YouTube at the Bald and Broke channel. Bald and Broke. It's very good. He's very good. I highly recommend it. Okay. Back to the live stream. Pastor Bob coming up in just a little bit. Feel free to comment on that video or anything else that you've heard. I don't get a lot of it, to be honest with you. I often feel I'm doing this kind of stuff for the replay crowd. Nobody's really sharing too many or any of their favorite Bob Joyce moments or whatever, but that's okay. This is your family time to do with what you want. And as I say, if it's the replay crowd that aren't going to be doing that as much, if at all, that I'm doing this part of the video for, it's fine. I want you guys to have fun, do what you want to do. Just keep your clothes on, Elaine. That's the only thing. There are rules that we do have here. Why do I encourage her? Why do I do it, Marty Greco? Can you explain it? Can you? I just got myself a home warranty, says Nancy DeMarco. She's definitely saying, why do you do that, Jack? I just got myself a home warranty supposed to cover appliances and AC. Water heater. Hope it works as they say it will. Yeah. Read the fine print, right? You might have missed something there. Your car is good for 5,000-mile warranty or until you leave the parking lot, whichever happens to come first. I don't know. Oh, dear. I bet you put strange stuff in your tacos too, Mr. Neon. Something tells me. I don't know. Please tell me that you don't put the Kraft mayo on there. I couldn't take it. I just can't take it. I did, Jack, go back and read. Read what? Let's see. If I missed your comment, it wasn't intentional. Sometimes those weren't. You are so negative, Elaine. Everything is always the negative side. Sometimes those warranties are worthless. Some days are diamonds. Some days are not even cubic zirconia. I get it. Yeah, Jack, why do you encourage me? I'll ask myself that. No, I'll ask my therapist when I see him, okay? Well, I'm between therapists now. My last therapist had a nervous breakdown. I don't know why. Blame it on me. Kitty Hewitt. I was very happy seeing Pastor Bob standing and singing. Exactly. He said, they had a meeting, and he said, that Jack Weller guy is always saying I ought to be getting away from the piano, standing up, that my vocals will be much better when I'm standing up. So I guess I'll make Jack Willard happy and I'll stand up for the Franklin concert. None of this is actually true, but it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I don't know, I mean, what if he were to go to Glenn Hardin? He probably knows who he is. Glenn's 87. I don't know. Is he still smoking? Tell me he's not still smoking. Please tell me. Somebody tell me Glenn Hardin is not smoking anymore. Glenn might say, well, Pastor Bob. That's what you want me to call you, right? Pastor Bob. I'll remember that, especially in public. I don't know if I want to be your piano player anymore. I was hoping to meet the big 9-0. It's cruel kind of humor, probably inappropriate, but I mean, it's like, gee, I don't know. The great Glenn Hardin. Jack, I want a real diamond. Of course you do. Cubic zirconia would not be good enough for you, would it? I like big. Having fun thinking about that one, ND? Are you? Let's see. Ground beef. But chicken tacos are good too. If you grill that chicken just right, you got to grill it just right. Ground beef, yeah, seasoned with diced onions. What's this lemon pepper fetish you have? Do you use it as a cologne, Neo? Do you take lemon pepper, put a little warm water, and then you put your hands in and go like that and go like, dude, let me put some behind my ears, my lemon pepper scent. Let's see what I've got here. Why not Suzanne Organics peppermint, huh? Oh, do I love my peppermint. I'm going to do a video on Alan Hamill. Why are you trying to destroy your own business, Alan Hamill? You've been doing it for a year now. I don't know what you're doing. First, you were okay after Suzanne's death, and then you started making dumb decisions. Oh, yes. Oh, I love that. Oh, so nice. Oh, I love the smell of peppermint. Suzanne Summers products. Karen loves the Gut Renew. She certainly loves the peppermint and other flavors they have, if you want to say flavor. Well, we're a little wacky here, Our elevator no longer goes to the 12th and final floor. Love it. So I don't know what your lemon pepper fetish is, but I'm afraid to think too much about it, Neo. I am. Jack, if any portion of the correspondence dinner was paid for from taxpayers, they had Kobe beef from Japan. Really? That surprises me. The best you can buy. Who knows how the bill is paid? Who knows what the Japanese put in the beef? That's what I was thinking about. I don't know how that's done. I don't. But it wouldn't be. It would be the press that pays for that, right? It's their dinner. This time at the Waldorf, boy, they look cramped in there, didn't they? I saw some of the mentalists and they cut away. This guy's amazing, like Kreskin was, the amazing Kreskin. I saw him in Chautauqua County at the Chautauqua County, whatever it was. Saw him perform and he was great. That's back when I was on WBUZ, the sound of the country at 1570. Yeah, I remember. Kreskin. And of course, I used to see him on all the shows, including Mike Douglas and Johnny Carson, etc., etc. Yeah, which company did you use, Nancy DeMarco, whatever we're talking about? I did not, Elaine Peterson. It's just your filthy mind. Filthy. You are sentenced. You are hereby sentenced, Elaine Blaine Peterson, to 12 hours of Kamala Harris speeches. That will be your punishment. After that, you'll be completely insane. Where did that come from? I don't know. Oh, boy. I think I'd rather hear 12 hours of nails on a chalkboard. I think I would. She's in last position in the poll. AOC is number one. I should show you that thing from Mark Simone. I love Mark Simone. You can hear him around the country on WOR 710, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern. Just go to WOR Radio and you'll see the link to click on it. He's known as Mr. New York. And let me see here. Go to my Facebook page, right? Mike Candido just messaged. I don't know if he's messaging me. That's the drummer for Gary Puckett, but not when they're doing the Happy Together tour. Let's see here. Here's the posting on my Facebook from AOC. AOC says, I'm suing Smartwater. I've been drinking it for a year and it's not working. Absolutely right. She's got a case. It is definitely not working. She does the same thing as Kamala. They give her it's not even a hard question sometimes. And study her face as she desperately, nervously tries to come up with something that makes a lick of sense, like she might know about the topic. She wasn't expecting that question. Oh, no, never prepare. Never sit down with staff and say, they're likely to ask you about this, and this. No, don't do any of that. Just go around and, talk the BS and whatever. But she's never prepared, and she's desperately trying to come up with something like Kamala, and it never works well for her. I mean, my goodness, we might as well not have a president of the United States if they're going to be dim-witted like we just had. Sorry to say. Let's see. Pastor Bob, when he changed into the absolutely gorgeous blue vest, dress coat was very appropriate. It was very appropriate. Dress coat was very appropriate. Yeah. How about a white jumpsuit, though? No, it was just a thought. Stephen Spielich. Well, thank you for dropping by, Stephen. I now know you're not retired. I just don't know what you do. You might have said what you do, but I don't know. I missed it if you did. But it's so good to have you drop by, as it is to see Marty Greco again. You guys are in short supply here. Miles Wright is another one. But because of my resemblance to John Stamos, I get mostly females. Can you imagine how cool it must be to go around in your John Stamos? Too bad his politics suck. I was sad to hear that. So, interesting thing at Bethel Woods last night. I would have been there if I had known, but nobody told me. What we learned Wednesday or Thursday is that the Beach Boys show, special guest Peter Noon, Herman's Hermits, was canceled because Mike Love has canceled the entire summer Beach Boys tour. If you see footage from June, he did a show maybe in South Carolina or maybe in Florida. Not sure which, but I was watching him closely. And it's getting like it was with Frankie Valli. I mean, he's got this kind of almost vacant look on his face, and he's muttering lyrics. And then he has a couple of seconds where Mike Love seems to appear, but it's going, and will soon be completely gone. He's 86, and the other band members are dead, except for what's his name, who's in Pet Sounds, and he's not got much left in the tank either. So Mike Love canceled the tour. Now Bethel Woods is a few days away, and Peter Noon wants to play that gig. He's probably never played Bethel Woods on the original Woodstock site. Woodstock, for those of you who don't know, was not in Woodstock. It was 40 miles away in Bethel, New York. I have to go into Bethel to get to Villa Roma, but I don't think I'll be doing that anymore because the new owners are just ruining the place. But anyway, I digress. So Bethel Woods is a cool venue. It's a really cool venue. It's not really at the Woodstock site. That's up on the hill. Yasgur's farm, I think the main building burned down and Yasgur's dead. But it's real close, and they have a beautiful store with all the stuff you can buy, and they have a nice indoor facility for the fall. Spring, we saw Marty, what's his name there with the leather pants? Marty Stewart. We saw Marty Stewart there, and we saw somebody else there. It was really good. Marty Stewart is very good. And but we've been to many shows on the either on the lawn or under the canopy. It's a real stage at Bethel Woods. And so it was going to be Peter Noon opening up for the Beach Boys. And then Mike Love decides to cancel the tour. So it seemed, everything I was reading, that's it. It's going to be a Friday night in July at Bethel Woods. Ain't going to be nobody on the stage. Isn't that a shame? You just don't have enough time to try to get somebody. And they refunded the tickets. They said they were going to do that. And they did. What I didn't hear was part 2 of the story. They didn't cancel the concert. Peter Noon with Herman's Hermits came and did a concert, and they added fireworks after that. But it was all free. They ate it on this one. Peter Noon still has to get paid, of course. And the fireworks cost money. And yes, people are going to come and they're going to buy the Jimi Hendrix burger for like $16 and the kettle corn and the drinks and all that. You'll make money on that. But you're really taking a big hit here, refunding all the money for the Beach Boys tickets. Now, I don't know how many Beach Boys tickets were sold because I don't think they said that John Stamos was going to be the drummer, and they really need to do that in a venue like that. Just in case he is going to be the drummer, he's going to bring in a lot of people. So you got to tell. But he doesn't, with his schedule, always know if he can do it till it's late in the game. But even if so, put it on the radio. John Stamos will be there tonight, and the ladies will come a-running. They'll come a-running. Excuse me. So I guess it was a great concert on a great evening, and I knew nothing about it. I've seen Peter twice here at the Paramount Theater, and it's pretty much the same show every time, but he changes it up a little bit, and he's very personable. And if it was free and they had free fireworks, and I'm sure he got a pretty good crowd. Those that had bought tickets under the enclosed portion, once a certain time come, people on the lawn would have said, don't run, don't get hurt, but you can come to the empty seats, as many as we have. Before Peter comes out, you can come into those seats. And I'm sure they did that, and I'm sure they filled it up. But I knew nothing about it, so we did not go. And I feel cheated, Brenda, even though I've seen Peter twice. And but he's a lot of fun. He's very personable. So let's go down to the end here. I'll be back going to make some popcorn, but not kettle corn. Oh, kettle corn. You can't eat just one kernel. You can't. Nancy says, I believe Bob Joyce, his gray and blue clothing he wore was a tuxedo. Well, I don't know. What's Neo saying that's inappropriate? Spencer for hire. Hi, TS. Jack, I'm working tonight. Oh, okay. As a bouncer at a Spanish club. Good people except the drunks. Yeah. So, what are you supposed to do, Tim? I mean, how physical do they expect you to get? I know you got to block a punch that's coming to your face or coming to someone else's face, but I hope that you have a panic button. You don't need to get on the phone and try to call a 911. You need a button you can press. That's what they have at the 24-hour adoration chapel at the Catholic Church. They have a panic button for 3 a.m. if someone comes in and they're going to be a problem. Some of them will come in on a cold night at 3 a.m., stay towards the back and fall asleep. And, what are you going to do? Say, go out into the cold. You're exhausted. You're probably hungry and what have you, No, I would have, but if you do this, then everybody comes every night. Like if you have a box full of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and a drink of some sort, then everybody's coming to the chapel at 2, 3 in the morning for that. And it's not a soup kitchen. It's a place to pray. So, wow, that intrigues me, TS. Want to know about that in the email if you can, how it went. Yeah, people drink too much and they develop cojones, even if it's a woman. They develop cojones. Jack, did you know Jerry Schilling was one of the Beach Boys managers 2 different times for a lot of years? I did not know that, Carolyn Mullins. I've never heard him said it. Jerry Schilling from the Memphis Mafia, right? No, I didn't. I know that one of their fill-in voices, who did the high vocals in the Beach Boys? Forgetting their names now. One of them just passed away last year who played the keyboards. What was his name? I can't think of his name all of a sudden. Anyway, one of their backups back in the day was Glenn Campbell. And he would usually play a little guitar or something like that. They would call on him to play a little guitar. But this time, it was the guy who sang all the high songs, which is not Mike Love. And he gets a call like 3 days out, so-and-so is going to be out. Could you fill in for him? And he thinks, well, I don't know those songs. I mean, I know the songs. I've heard them on the radio, but I don't know the songs. So he had to go into a full tilt cram and learn how to actually sing those high Beach Boys songs. And, of course, he's got the perfect voice for it, and they knew that. And although he can sing low, too, he could sing low, too. And he pulled it off, He was the Beach Boys' backup voice and played with the Beach Boys numerous times. So I didn't know that about Jerry. That's cool. That's very cool. I'd like to know more. Kim is here. Bob Joyce's Franklin concert was amazing when he sang How Great Thou Art, which he also did in Cabot, Arkansas. I just shook and cried. Yes. He knows that's on the must sing list. And wasn't it great that he was able to do it and concentrate completely on his vocals with no piano notes to worry about and stuff? Keep that up. That's important. And you can do that in the church too. There's plenty of keyboard people out there. Yeah, Kim, I could have been there, and it is a constant self-inflicted stab every time I think about it, but I'm going to try to make it right in the future. It won't be as easy as Franklin would have been. Now I see it through clearer vision. I went back and forth so many times. Beach Boys were in Busch Gardens, Tampa, Florida. That might have been the place I saw the video where Mike Love was struggling. Not as much as Willie Nelson. There is nothing left in Willie's tank. And every time he tries to sing, he's really talking, and you can hear him breathing heavy, and I think he's going to fall to the floor. There comes a time when that's it. I saw him at the Orange County Fair years ago. He was phenomenal in full voice. And yeah, he's just great. Now, who are the sons of Waylon Jennings? Because I think one of them is coming to Westtown, which is right up the road, in a week or two. He's a country singer with a hat. I think that may be one of Waylon's sons coming. It's a venue where you don't usually see famous people. And say there was never anyone there. I'm not saying it's a bad venue and that it won't be a nice stage, but it's not the place. It's usually for a series of local bands, that come there. And it may be the Sunday where they have the free food and everything. They don't check to see if you live in Westtown either. They want everybody coming. They're not going to turn you away. Hamburgers and hot dog, all for free. Drinks and everything. It's not alcohol, of course. I think you can bring your own. Is Homer Overcash here? Is he? Talk about country singers. Homer, sing us a ditty. Sing us a ditty. What's your favorite song to sing, Homer? Hello, Jack and everyone. How are you? What's your favorite song that you sing in the shower? I used to go to adoration for 2 hours twice a week at 3. Is that AM or PM? And I can't do it now. Yeah, well, you still maintain a full schedule, and I'm not surprised to hear that. Not many churches have it, right? I mean, that's the only church here in the Hudson Valley that has 24-hour adoration. And the church itself, in terms of the how else can I put it, but the white population, if it was left up to the white population, the church would probably close. But they have a Spanish mass at 1 o'clock, and even the lead pastor, who's as white as Suzanne Summers, can't open it. Okay, as white as this, can speak perfect Spanish. He doesn't give a very good homily. He's the pastor of the church. He's okay, but I've seen him do the Spanish mass. I don't understand it, but I've seen him do it, and he's excellent with his language. So, yeah. But so it's the Spanish population, the Latino population that is now predominant in this city that keeps St. Joseph's rolling. Because when it comes 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, they're blocking each other in. Yeah, it's crazy. So the 11:30 mass ends at about 12:20, and here comes the parade right behind them. Parade that doesn't stop, and people have to stand sometimes. There's no more seats left. I went to Ash Wednesday for the Latino mass. Not all Ash Wednesday services have a mass, but this one didn't. I was late, so I made the last service, and I got a seat because I got there nice and early. I saw like 120 people standing in the aisles, and it was just wild. And the pastor was so passionate. It's the Spanish pastor. No, he's from Indonesia. I don't know where he's from, but he's definitely speaking Spanish, and he's speaking with such passion. And I'm saying the pastor of the church don't speak like that. And I'm saying, I wish, could you do a little in English so I know what you're talking about? Not one word, not one word. Nothing was it, not one word throughout the mass. I would say at some point, I'm going to speak a little English now because first of all, I know that 70% of the people that are here also speak English. And I know there's some people that came in that didn't make the other services that don't know what's going on here and what I'm saying. So I'm going to speak a little bit in English, okay? But the Lord did not give him that discernment. Oh, well. I live across the street from my church. Well, that's good. There are 3 Catholic churches, and on this road within 2 miles, wow, each one has adoration a couple of times a week. Well, I'm talking 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, unless it's COVID or there's a tornado forecast, hurricane. We don't get much of that. I'm talking you can go there at 2 o'clock in the morning and there'll be somebody assigned to pray. There's a list. They tell you what the hours of need are. And believe it or not, more and more, I've been seeing daytime hours that they need people. I expect, well, here goes 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 3 a.m. And I have seen that. But lately, they got people at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, just one person usually. And they're up in the front, and there's a panic button if they need it. And they have needed it. I'll tell you that. There's been a few incidences. And it goes on all the time. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. If you want to go there at 1 o'clock in the morning, you can, and that's wonderful. No Protestant church is open, I can tell you that. Homer says, because I did ask him a question, one of my favorites. Oh, in the garden hymn. You're going religious on me. See, I come to the garden. It's been a while. I've sung this song, Homer, 70 times. And he walks with me and he talks with me. This is probably out of copyright too, but they won't know that. And he tells me that I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there is like nothing ever known. It's not quite it, but it's close. Jack, I like to eat too. I still work odd jobs. Been doing this about 5 years. I did the same thing. I was down at the Woodbury Common, all dressed in black with maybe a badge on my belt, doing high-end security, those high-end stores like Chanel and AX and whatever other designer you can think of was there. And we had the accounts of many of those stores, the company I work for. So there I was. It's like time stood still. Oh, it was rough. I still get to listen. It don't get crazy till about 11 or 12, 1 a.m. Yeah, and that's when the liquor is flowing. So that's a good one, Homer. Delbert is here. Hey, Jack, how are you doing? I'm doing better than I deserve, Delbert McClinton, because anytime I hear Delbert, I haven't known a lot of Delberts, but I did used to play Giving It Up for Your Love, Giving It Up for Your Love on my radio show, and I know that he's got a lot more than that. He's a master bluesman. I know, Delbert McClinton. So were you named after him? Or are you as old as him? Or I don't know if he's still around. Scooter Jennings. Sounds familiar. What's that about? Rita says, yeah, I got that one. Homer, it's one of her favorites before she passed away 14 years ago. Your mom, right? Susan Ashhook. Hello, Jack and everyone. Hi, Susan. Susan, looks like I'm losing the Buckinghams, baby. Yeah. That's Dennis Stefano, right? Goes out on the Happy Together tour. Sometimes he's not on this one. Jody Smith is still with us. Right, Dilbert. I remember Dilbert, sorta. Wasn't one of my go-tos, but I would see it in the newspaper. Dilbert, right? I used to bring a bungee cord to strap up. The back door was unlocked when I was in the church alone. Now, wait a minute. What if someone wanted to come in and pray, Rita? Of course you're going to be in the church alone. Yeah, it can be scary at 3 a.m., I can tell you that. Not usually, though. If they're coming in to just close their eyes, you know. If it's 12 degrees outside, what are you going to do, you know? heard that song before. Which one was that, Susan? In the garden or giving it up for your love? Elaine thinks everything is hilarious. I have been in several church choirs. Well, send me the documentation, Neo. Send me the documentation. I see. In the garden, yeah. Good night, everyone, says Marty Greco. Till we meet again. Adios, amigo. Adios. None other has ever known, right? None other has ever known. That's what I remember. Our pastor is bilingual. A lot of them are. You got to be, right? You got to be. I mean, you're not going to have too many people that are under 100 say, well, I thought you could speak fluent Latin. It seems like to me you learned it. What'd you forget it? It's important to speak Spanish if you're a pastor these days, especially in many areas. If you're in Boise, I don't know about that, but around here, it's really important. Not all the pastors do, but the lead pastor does. We have a Spanish pastor because I tell you, it's the Spanish congregation that keeps St. Joseph's Church, where I went to church, served as an altar boy, and then went to the school with Karen Reed Morris from 1965, 1966, 67, and 68. I think by 69, I was headed out the door, or maybe 70, to junior high school. Yeah. And thus, in 7th grade, I missed Karen. It was like a show your talent day at St. Joseph's. I missed Karen going up to the front of the class with a record player that she had already set up and singing, if you can believe this. And she was just pantomiming to Tom Jones. She was singing it, but, Tom was singing too. And this is one of those amazing things about the Catholic Church that you'll never quite understand. Karen sang. How old was she in 7th grade? She sang Love Me Tonight by Tom Jones. This would never happen at a Protestant school, I can tell you. That was, to have a tape of that. I'd pay at least $500 if I had $500 to pay. My goodness. Let's see. I even have a picture from that very day. I just don't have Karen, unfortunately. I have the boy that every girl had a crush on, although he's got a strange hat on here, so you won't notice it as much. And another good-looking boy. Every girl, I don't know if Karen has admitted to this or not, every girl had a crush on the boy, the Italian boy with the big red hat here. He was trying to look like Ruth Buzzy. They were doing a skit from Laughing, and he was Ruth Buzzy. And his name, he's still with us, Charlie Van Gelder. Charlie Van Gelder. That is the day all that happened, and I was at Viraldi Junior High School because I misbehaved. And I wasn't the only one, but I was one of 2 to get expelled. And the other one, Michael Bianchi, good friend of mine, good friend of Karen's, got invited back after a few months. I didn't try. Maybe I would have been invited back. Probably not. But that's Charlie Van Gelder there that every girl loved. And the handsome blonde gentleman is Keith Niles. Keith Niles, wonderful chap as well. He's no longer with us. He took his own life. Isn't that sad? Charlie Van Gelder and Keith Niles, 2 of my St. Joseph's class buddies. Charlie was a hoot. He was a hoot. He not only is bilingual, but he does the Spanish words of the Mass and then the English sometimes in the same Mass. I like that. It's just like at the polka songs. The polka songs drives me nuts. we went to see the Dyna Brass band that's been around as long as Jimmy Sturr, 1968. We went to see the Dyna Brass. Let me wet my whistle, please. Wow, it's past 2 hours. Amazing. You guys are just amazing. With the polka songs, the Dyna Brass are in Amsterdam, New York, which is a heavily Polish community. It's about 20 minutes past Albany. And so they're doing mostly Polish language songs, or they're just doing instrumentals. They do a few English here and there. But, you know, I want to be able to hear. But there are Polish bands that go back and forth with the language between Polish and English. So you don't leave anybody out. So that's a good thing to do that. That's a very good thing to do that. I wanted to hear so bad what the Spanish priest was, well, Indonesia, wherever he's from, speaking in Spanish. I wanted to hear what he was saying because he was putting everything into it, you know. So, of course, what I have to do is go and see when he's doing the Mass in English and hear him then. That's when I got to hear him. Will it be as good? I don't know. You know, when you're with people that you know really appreciate it, you give more to it. Goes for YouTube as well. So I would let them in the front door, but it was a very tiny town. At the church, nobody would come in at 3 a.m. except for scheduled adorers. Scheduled adorers, I get it. Right. I was in our church choir, Memorial Independent Baptist, but not there anymore, says Homer. I just made a joyful noise. That's right. I always kept the volume on your mic down. Well, some of those songs, yeah, because I sang them so many times. If it's hymns, I sang them. Some songs, like In the Garden, were like standard, but Amazing Grace was at the top of the list, but I still couldn't sing all 4 or 5 verses right now. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less ways to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Thank you, family. Much love. Thank you, Elaine Peterson. The screen froze up. I told you not to go for that discount service, but you wouldn't listen. So there you go, everybody. There you go. We never even heard Pastor Bob. So let me play a little bit. Pastor Bob Joyce from this past Sunday.
There's one reason why I like your company. Not because I know you, and I might not even like you. And you may not like me. But Christ brings us together. So I can look past all of the dislikes and love you and appreciate your fellowship because I understand why we've come together and what reason we come together again. We've come together again and again and again. I understand the reason for that. Christ is always the reason. He's always the reason for our unity, our being of one mind. We couldn't be of one mind any other way, maybe. Maybe there's things you like that I don't like, things I like that you don't like, things we disagree on. But Christ brings us together in agreement. if I am among people that I don't know, it is Christ who gives me comfort. It is Christ who gives me confidence. It is Christ who makes me unafraid or bold. And it's even Christ who makes me friendly. It's Christ who makes me even love my enemy. It is Christ who makes all the difference in life itself. How can I go anywhere or meet anybody throughout my life without him? I might associate myself with others, but deep down inside, I could never disassociate myself with Christ. I can find pleasure, perhaps, in others, but I always have that satisfaction, that soul-pleasing satisfaction in him.
It's Pastor Bob Joyce from last Sunday's sermon, Christ Makes the Difference, from July 19th. From July 19th, you can find it at bobjoyce.org and right here on YouTube as well. The most popular psalm in the Bible, the one that is read at, well, both funerals and weddings, I suppose. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. As another scripture says, this one thing I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So there you go. Still 61 watching and 61 likes. I like that. I like that. Please continue to hit the like button if you haven't already. Jack, take Karen with you to a mass and she can translate for you. She knows a little Spanish, not too much. It's funny because she tried to practice some on my Mexican. I didn't think he was Mexican. I thought he was from some exotic country like Helsinki or something. I don't know. He's an older man. He's probably in his 80s, and he's my blood doctor, hematologist, and he's also a cancer doctor. And I think he thinks she's pretty. You know, I can tell. I always know. And so when he came out after my appointment, he came out to the desk and he said something, and she spoke back in Spanish, and then he started speaking in Spanish. And he says, "We can speak and he won't hear us," he said to her. I like that. And of course she could get some of what he was saying. So she said, "Well, speak slower," because she wasn't too sure, you know. It's been a while since she had to use any of it. Good night, Elaine Peterson. Good night, everybody. And Neo is going to specialize in talking about ads, so get yourself some YouTube Premium, for goodness sakes. Yeah. Yeah, I never know, Neil, because I never see it. I don't see it till I watch the replay, and of course, they pause everything. So just watch the replay, and that's the way to do it. But I know you want to be here live, and I appreciate that you feel that way. So there you go. There you go. Thank you for watching Worldwide Ramblings for this Saturday, the 25th of July. We'll look forward to talking to you again, perhaps on Wednesday. I'll confirm that with a promo, okay? And we'll try to do one in the off hours too, so other people that can't hear us in those 2-day time slots could possibly, we'll meet some new people. That would be good as well. So for now, have a terrific Sunday. Big God bless you. Bye-bye.